This is the Track and Field Report.
That's the frustration for him.
The latest news on the track streaks out of Malmo, Sweden, and the Sprinters and Jumpers Classic, the Malmo Games. Mutas Barshim and a host of top-flight jumpers were all on hand, ultimately providing adequate but disappointing performances. Barshim would miss at 2.38, and Lavillenie would go out trying to raise the world standard to 6.03. But again, it was Kim Collins who would rise to the occasion, a featured athlete, by dishing up the highlight performance among the gathering of the stars. Collins finished off his indoor campaign in victorious fashion in the Stockholm Stadium, 6.54, in dominant form over American Mike Rogers. This race ended the veterans' indoor tour, perhaps on an ominous note, as Collins seems to have injured himself after a long indoor season. Zurika Neves served up a bit of dominance in the women's 60 hurdles, a complete overall Valina Telleray of the Belarus in 7.83 to 7.93.
Very comfortable win indeed for Zurika Neves, 7.84, and it is a new world best. The performance of the night.
The Tokyo Marathon kicked off the Abbott World Marathon Major Series. That's right, Abbott, the pharmaceutical and healthcare conglomerate, is now the new title sponsor of the 6 races that make up the World Marathon Major Series. The Tokyo race is a true metropolis race, as millions of fans and viewers watched a varied palette of an Ethiopian, Kenyan, Uganda, and Burundian grind it out in the capital city of Japan. The favorite was Kenya's defending champion, Dixit Chumba, but it was to be the Ethiopian, Indishaw Negesi, who would outlast his competitors during the final meters, becoming only the second Ethiopian to win the race. Ngesi's victory should come as no surprise, considering he has a marathon personal best of 2:04.52 set in Dubai in 2013. The ladies' race also featured a field of stars, with Olympic champion Tika Galena being the brightest of the bunch. But again, this was to be an Ethiopian affair, as Mahani Dababa was the undisputed leader by the final kilometers. Dababa is not related to the world record-breaking Dababa sisters. Galena finished third in 2:24.26, her fastest time since her Olympic win.
So encouraging to see.
In other marathon news, Kenya's Lawrence Cherono was triumphant at the Zurich Marathon in Seville, Spain. Cherono clocked 2:09.40 to record the win and a new personal best. Moving to the international cross-country pitch, we reveal the 83rd running of the 5 Mills 10.2-kilometer race in San Vittorio, Olona, Italy. Mukhtar Idris was able to overcome an international field of runners and a rain-soaked, muddy course to take first place in a time of 33.50 over the 10.2-kilometer course. The women's 6.45-kilometer race was won by Kenyan Viola Jelagat in 24.40. In other cross-country news, the 33rd Cross International d'Italia would prove to be the scene of an Eritrean victory, as Teklemari Medine would again prove his championship form in the 10.8-kilometer race against Kenyan Jarius Biresh. Medine would record a time of 32.27 for the distance. Kenya prevailed on the ladies' side of this event, as Emily Chebet was a runaway champion of the course, recording a 27.15 for the 8-kilometer distance. The indoor circuit is still brewing under the cover, as the indoor national championships are underway worldwide. The French national championships is once again the playground of Ronald Lavillenie, as he cleared 6.01 meters on his second attempt before giving the crowd a thrill as he attempted a world record of 6.18 meters. French sprint hopeful Christian Lemaitre was again crowned national 60-meter champion in a time of 6.63. Injuries will force Lemaitre to skip the rest of the indoor season to focus on the outdoor world championships. The Czech Indoor National Championship was the stage as world indoor 400-meter champion Paweł Maslak was out to show the world he is in fantastic early season form. Paweł rips this world-leading 45:27 in Prague, which will be recorded as the third fastest indoor time ever by a European. Perhaps Maslak can be the man to finally break the 1988 European record of 45:05 set by Germany's Thomas Scholenby all those years ago. Speaking of Germany, the German indoor national champs in Karlsruhe turned up a few notable performances. However, the leading mark would have to be the 60-meter hurdle performance by Cindy Roller. Roller broke the 8-second barrier to record this 7.99 performance to take the German national hurdle title in style. In Tampere at the Finnish Indoor Championships, former European 100-meter hurdles junior champion Nurulata Nezari showed she would be among the favorites at the upcoming European Championships, and she again grabbed the national 60-meter hurdle title in a new national record time of 7.98. Down under in Australia, the outdoor campaign is underway big time as the Chandigarh City Track Classic in Perth produced this memorable performance from 17-year-old Nina Kennedy. The young Aussie cleared 4.59 meters, which makes her the new junior pole vault world record holder. Kennedy also cleared the A standard for the upcoming Beijing Outdoor World Championship of Athletics and is currently the youngest person thus far on the Australian World Championship team. From a new down under star to an old superstar, Sally Pearson is back on track this time in the flat 100-meter race where she faced off against national champion and record holder Melissa Breen. Pearson was on fire from the gun and she was clearly in control of the race from the gun to the finish, posting her second fastest flat race in 11.17 seconds. Breen was second in 11.25. Another Australian star making fresh waves is former world champion discus thrower Danny Samuel. At the recent Adelaide Track Classic, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist threw the disc out to a lengthy mark of 65.20, following two other throws that were measured longer than 64 meters. That's all for now from Track and Field Reports.